Do you journal? That's a big question. A lot of people do journal, and I know it's something I never did because when I grew up, I thought it was too nerdy. That's why I hate wearing these. Because I was one of the cool kids who didn't do nerdy stuff like journaling or do a diary or anything like that. Well, that was a story. It was all a horrible, horrible story that I was either allowing people to tell me and I was buying into myself. Because that has been the most pivotal thing to any success that I've ever had in my life. Any ahas, any wake up calls, any deep introspection has really been with the journaling. One of the things I've realized is that one of my my money story has been attached to this weird thing of I want to say it's not exactly hoarding, but it's kind of pseudo hoarding of stuff and the money story is weird, but hang on, it may resonate with you a little bit. Is that I felt like, or I have this feeling, or had this feeling of if I throw away stuff that I may need one day, then that is being wasteful. Okay, but in my life, I had several instances of holding on to something because I thought it was going to be worth something one day, or I thought I was going to use it again, or something like that, only to find that in a couple of examples, one, I had this old guitar case that I kept lying around. Well, I mean, the guitar was in the case, but I kind of kept it even though I didn't really need that particular guitar. As you can see, I have plenty of guitars. And I don't play all of them. So, what's the use in having all of them? Okay, so maybe there's still more I can get rid of. There's a couple that I don't really ever play. But the thing is that I had this guitar sitting in the corner, and then one day I realized it was sitting in the corner, and the corner was damp, and the case was ruined because it was all moldy, and the guitar had mold growing on it as well. So that kind of pretty much ruined that case because it was just sitting there not being used. And then the other example, I hope you get the end of it because it came up 10% battery, but then the other example was I was holding on to these rollerblades that I hardly ever use. Once in a blue moon, I was on these rollerblades. Now, I've had these for a long time, but they were sitting in the hot press cupboard, which we have here in Ireland/UK and things like that, where the hot water tank is. And you tend to store a lot of stuff in there. I mean, kind of just recreational stuff you don't use. Things that just, tools, whatever. Things that are just too bulky to store in your normal part. So, I was storing the rollerblades in there. And so I was taking them, I was moving them. I wasn't even taking them out to use them, but I just took them out to move them. And they fell apart. They were so brittle because the heat in there, and I hardly ever used them. They were all brittle and dry. So there's a couple of lessons for me is this hoarding mentality of if I throw it away, I may need it one day. But then if I hold on to it and don't actually use it, it just goes to waste. So why don't just give it away? Even giving it away is more use than throwing it away, giving them away. So that's something I'm trying to get in tune more with, is just going, even if I give it away, it's value still to somebody. Throwing it away, if I hold on to it, I may end up having to throw it away because it gets destroyed in some other way anyway. So I don't know. I hope this helps you guys maybe with your money stories or something like that, because everyone has money stories. And you get, once you dig down into yours a little bit deeper, even not that kind of parlayed into a little bit of a hoarding story as well. So, double bonus for you. Happy Friday. Namaste.